Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the first February edition of Topic Time with Harrison Young in 2020, the new decade. Hard to believe it's actually 42 years ago tomorrow that the blizzard of '78 started. How many of you guys are old enough to remember that? I'm old enough to remember it, and I hope it never happens again, but don't worry about that. Tonight we got a great show, and we got an amazing musical guest tonight. But before we get to him, got to read these great underwriters. Don't have too many, but we got a few new ones, so we're on it, and then we start the show officially. We got a new one, Auto Etc. in Hanover on Route 53. We got Gadget Techs in Hanover, also on Route 53 on Columbia Road. We got Liberty Motors in Hanson. We got Ron's Automotive Service in Hanover. We got Good Old Dave's Automotive in Hanson. And we got Richie's Auto Care in Hanover. And I want to thank you guys very much, and now we will start the show officially. Oh, one more thing I want to just say. Liberty Motors in Hanson has mainly SUVs and trucks, good, bad, or no credit, and that's it. So now we start the show officially. This gentleman here, this is Benny Stone. He's a musician, very talented gentleman, local guy. We're going to have a great interview with him tonight, and he's going to play a little of his music. And the guitar he has here looks very elegant, like I told him, and kind of almost like a cross between a Stradivarius and a Bowflex. I like it. So, Benny, not Vinny. It's Benny with a B. So, thanks for coming in, Benny, and being on my show tonight.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Okay. Well, I want to, talk about your history in music, anything else you've done in your life, and how you got you here. So, please elaborate. Talk about what you were like as a kid, where you grew up, what other things you did, if anything, or if it's applicable, or how long have you been doing music? And if I have any questions, I'll throw them your way to interject with you. So go ahead.
Well, I've been doing music for about most of my life.
Okay. You told me your age. If you want to reveal it, that's fine. That's pretty. I thought you were younger,
yeah,
but
I'm 39.
Okay.
And but plus a few years.
Right.
No, I'm 70.
70.
And I've been. I started playing piano when I was about 8.
Okay. 2 years after I started playing it.
Ah.
Interesting.
And then I switched over to the trumpet.
Okay.
And then did trumpet and piano for a while together, and then quit piano and quit trumpet, and then the guitar took over. That was
interesting.
So
it's interesting you should say that, because as I recall as a kid, I remember thinking, well, I played the piano. It's difficult because you have to pretty much hand-eye coordinate your fingers, and if you make a mistake, you're screwed because it's easy to detect. Whereas if you play a guitar, it might not be as easy to detect. But everybody said to me, don't just stop one instrument and start another, because you're going to find yourself in a quagmire. So I actually stuck it out for 7 years, but I finally just said I can't do this anymore and just stopped it. And I loved it, but I just couldn't commit myself. And practicing was tough because my parents were always, saying, you got to practice, but not while we're trying to sleep. And with school and everything, I really didn't have any other opportunities to do it. So except in the early morning. So I just eventually just gave it up. But I guess that wasn't the case with you. You just had to find your right instrument, and you did, and it was the guitar.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. My sister played, and I sort of copied her. She was an influence.
Older sister?
Me. Yeah.
Okay.
And she still plays. And,
Good.
And has a band out west.
Oh, west, you mean on the West Coast?
West Coast.
Cool.
And
how come you never joined it?
Because it's a long commute.
Okay. But she was living with you when you were a kid, right? When
Right.
You were kids.
She went out west, I went east.
Okay,
So,
you stayed east.
Yeah, I stayed
okay.
east. And she stayed
Where did you grow up?
Niagara Falls, New York.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
okay.
It was nice then. Yeah.
Right. Good barrel rolling spot,
a lot
right?
Of great musicians
over the falls.
Yeah.
That's what people do on honeymoons.
Yeah, true. But there are a lot of great musicians from Niagara Falls.
Really?
Some famous ones.
Okay.
And it was a really good music scene there.
Okay.
And probably in most cities it was the same thing. There was a lot of support for music in that era of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Well, not so much. Yeah, the 70s too.
Okay.
And then in about mid-70s, I came out to the Boston area.
Okay. Why?
To go to Berklee College.
Okay.
And stayed out here.
Berklee School of Music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and been here ever since.
You've been here ever since. You liked it enough to stay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at that time, all the Rust Belt cities, including Niagara Falls being on the Great Lakes, the economy crashed because the steel industry and other big industries just moved out and left massive unemployment.
Huh.
And so you have, it wasn't really happening there anymore. A lot of people moved out.
Right.
A lot of
okay.
my friends moved. some West Coast, some, you know, Florida, some Boston, some New York. You know.
Right. Okay. So they scattered here, including your sister, who went west.
Yeah.
Okay. But she formed the band and went west. And were you ever in a band yourself?
Well, she only formed this band recently. This is the
Oh,
past
she did?
few years. Yeah.
Wow.
She had different bands along the way here and there.
Okay.
But yeah, we played together. We did some performances together.
Okay. Like the
before.
Carpenters.
Yeah. Well, no, it was more like me and her.
Well, you remember the
She
Carpenters.
didn't play drums though.
Oh, that's true. Okay. I didn't know what she played.
She
What?
played guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have like the vocalist in the band too, or not? She was the vocalist. Okay, and she still is now.
Yep.
That's pretty impressive. And she's
Yeah.
older than you, and she's still
Yeah.
doing the music.
When you get this older is not, you know, you'd have to be a lot older to be older. But we're almost the same age.
No, I understand, but that's still impressive though. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about this guitar you have here. You said it was handmade, handcrafted. What kind of guitar is it?
It's
so pretty. I
Palin.
want to just find out a little more about it.
It's called a Palin guitar. It's
Okay.
made by a guy named Nelson Palin out of Kansas City.
Okay.
And he's a furniture maker, and he's also an engineer that designs farm equipment. So he decided somebody gave him a challenge to make a jazz guitar.
That's really cool.
So he made his first one came out really good, and he started making a lot of them. This is number 67. This is the 67th guitar. So I figured he's pretty good at it by then.
He must be. This must have been a while ago that they got that challenge.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know when it was exactly, and it's styled after Benedetto, which is a more famous brand.
Okay.
And the story is that I heard about the guitar. It was a 3-year waiting list. You pay him money up front, he'd make you the guitar. It'd take him 3 years. Well, I figured I wouldn't have the money in 3 years, so I said, well, how about a demo? You know, the guy had a demo.
Yep.
And so the guy said, no, I'm not going to sell you my demo. And so my wife called him,
Okay.
and then he sold me the demo.
Well, how did she sweet talk him?
Yeah, she said, oh, please, you know, she did the whole.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got the demo for a little bit less than the new price, and it's a great guitar. I love this guitar.
Well, I can see why, and you must love your wife too, even more.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
So I
incredible.
got a good deal on it, and I got the guitar pretty much within a month after I saw it.
How long ago was this?
I think it was 3 years ago.
Okay. I mean, it looks pretty. It looks brand spanking new, so you obviously take darn good care of it.
I try to. I'm not. I bang guitars a lot. I mean, it's got some dings already in it, but it's,
You mean like the Who, deliberately?
No.
Okay, they break
more-
'em.
More a klutzy thing.
I understand. Okay.
So, yeah, but it plays great. It's a wonderful guitar.
It is. I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, tell you what. You know what?
Yeah.
Why don't you play something? You got you got it sitting there. You got the little XLR cable hooked up. It's some nice volume.
Yeah.
Play some air, and we'll talk about that, and we'll talk to you some more afterwards.
Sounds
It
good.
makes my job a little easier too. So here you go, Vinnie Stone.
So this is an arrangement of Eleanor Rigby.
Okay.
And it's my own arrangement of it, so it's a little bit
That's a
different
classic.
twist on it. Yeah, it is.
All the lonely people.
Yeah, All the Lonely People.
Okay, I'm one of them, so I get it.
I could start with that part of the song, or I could start with the way I originally.
Start whatever you want.
All right, here we go.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Thanks.
the first jazz version of the song I ever heard.
Yeah, well, it was inspired by Wes Montgomery, who
Oh, yeah,
did
okay.
a version of it without chords. I don't think he just played the melody.
Right.
But I thought the chords would be fun to
Oh, you did
combine
it.
with the melody.
You killed it. It was great.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, tell me about the kind of venues you play at now.
Well,
You have a show tonight in Marshfield. Speaking of Marshfield, that's what you said.
Yeah, I'm playing. This annual concert that we do at a bunch of teachers at the Marshfield High School. Put on
Okay.
a jazz thing. They have the kids go on first, and then the faculty comes on at the end and does a few tunes.
What do you fit in there? You remember
I'm the guitar player. Well, my daughter went to that high school. She's
Okay.
long since graduated, but and so the musical director asked if I wanted to do this
Okay.
10 years ago. I think it must be at least 10 years ago. So I've been doing it every year since.
Okay, so you're just sort of a fixture because of,
Yeah.
your daughter, and they know who you are because you've got a good reputation as a talented gentleman in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so yeah, that's just one show. I play with a few different bands.
Well, talk about the bands
Right now,
and where you play with them.
I'm playing with the Unit.
The Unit?
Yeah, it sounds like a military thing, but it's not. It's actually a musical.
No, it sounds like Moon Unit Zappa.
Oh, it could be that
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Angelina Hightower is the singer,
No way.
and she's really, really good.
Okay.
And we play around Boston area,
Okay.
and then I also have been playing with this band out of Pembroke, the Perry Rossi Band,
Okay.
for I don't know 20 years, give or take, and then with Jose Ramos for the last 15 or 20 years. Bunch of other bands, but those are the three main ones right now.
Did you ever play at the Spire Center in Plymouth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason I ask is because last week's guest was Dot McDonough, who's their sound engineer.
Yeah, we did the South Coast Jazz Orchestra.
Okay.
I did a gig at the Spire with them a couple of years ago.
Okay.
So.
That's awesome. What about traveling? How far wide have you traveled to play your music? I know your sister's gone. You came here from Niagara Falls,
Right.
but have you traveled any parts of the country other than New England to play?
I'd say Miami area is the farthest I've gone to play.
Well, that's pretty good. So down in Florida.
Do a lot of New York. We do some D.C.
Okay.
We did some stuff in around Central New York State.
Okay.
Where else? Finger Lakes.
Right.
Up north.
Well, Central New York State. That's that's not Niagara. Niagara Falls is northern New York State, right?
It's western.
Western. Okay.
it's
Right. So it's not
extreme
really
west.
right. Right. It's almost in Michigan, right?
No, well, it's next to Ontario.
Oh, okay. That's right. It's up in the Canadian area.
So it's kind of like we're at the same latitude as Boston.
Right.
The Boston and Niagara Falls are roughly the same latitude.
Okay.
So so Niagara Falls is 20 miles north of Buffalo. And if you keep going south to Buffalo, you keep going, you hit Ohio.
Okay.
And then as you go around, you hit Indiana.
It sounds like a very gray area from like in the winter time.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
You know it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm glad I'm here and not there. But
Right.
Okay. Well, what about have you ever done doing anything cool, like open for any big bands anywhere?
Yeah, actually, I did a gig with Leslie Gore.
Wow.
It's my party.
And I'd cry if I
I'll cry
want
if I
to.
want to.
Wow. Where'd you do that? I
was-
know she passed, but she was wonderful.
I mean, it was so long ago. We did 2 nights. We did one night in an outdoor concert somewhere, and I think it was Haverhill.
Okay. Is she a Boston person? Was she from the Boston
I
area?
think she's from New Jersey.
New Jersey. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. And then the other one we did was at the Marriott. It was
Which Marriott?
I think it was the Copley. It might have been the Copley Marriott.
Oh, in Boston.
Or was it the Westin?
Well, okay. Well,
It was in Copley.
all right. That's no big deal. How'd you end up hooking up with Leslie Gore?
Somebody called me on the phone. The person that put the band together to back her up called
Okay.
me up. So, in fact, I'm pretty sure, if my feeble memory is correct, that Mike Rogello, who we mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
played on that.
All right. By the way, speaking of him, he's a musician too.
He may not have been on that, but I think.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned him because he said that you guys went to Chick Corea's house once.
Oh yeah.
So talk about that.
So
I definitely would have felt bad if I didn't cover that. So go ahead.
So this is, I'm going to guess it was around like the late 80s.
Okay. I was alive, so I remember I was in
Yeah.
my early 20s.
And Mike,
Well, late 80s, I was in my 30s. Okay.
Well, the 30s. That's
Or late 20s.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we're roughly around the same era. Mike had we were rehearsing a band. We
Right.
go to his house, and so I was driving to Mike's house. I get there, and he says, "We're not having rehearsal." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Well, I just came back from Chick Corea's house." And I said, "What do you mean Chick Corea's house?" "Well, his parents' house. He's staying with his parents. He's doing a concert in Boston, and he's staying at his parents' house. And he said to come on by."
Wow.
I was driving past his house, and I see him on the porch of his parents' house in a robe, drinking coffee. And
What time of day was it?
it was in the morning.
In the morning, so that's why I was in a robe.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
like 10 in the morning.
Yep,
You
yep.
know, we're going to get an early start on a rehearsal. So I'm thinking this is not true. Mike's just messing with us. So he says, no, come on. So I get in Mike's car. He drives over there. Mike lived in Everett at the time.
Okay.
Chick Corea's parents lived in Chelsea, and
Right.
they were on the Everett line. So it was really about 30, almost a minute drive. It was just like right across.
Yeah, yeah, I know. The two cities
Less than a
border each
mile.
other. Wow.
And so we get there, and Chick Corea's on the porch, and he invites us in. We go in the house. We meet.
Hey, had you met him before?
Never
You hadn't met him before, but Mike
no.
knew him.
Yeah, Mike
Mike
knew
knew
him.
him, okay.
Mike didn't know him either. He saw him on the porch, and he stopped. He said, "Hey, Chick, you're Chick Corea, right?" And
Oh, that's how
the
it
guy
started?
says, "Yeah, who are you?" And the
He
guy
didn't get bent because somebody was bothering him on his
No.
porch? Wow.
No, he was.
Love to get him on the show.
I don't know if he's available. Mike. Or
Well,
Chick.
Chick. Well, Mike, if Mike can get him on the show, he can come on too.
Well, Chick Corea, I think, lives out in California or
Oh,
Florida.
all
or
right.
something.
Well,
he's not around
we
here.
won't worry about it, but well, that's fine.
So we hung out with him for a good hour. Armando
Yep.
was his father,
Okay.
and we met him. And I'm really.
What's his nationality? Is he Hispanic?
I'm not sure.
Does he have to speak with an accent?
I don't think. I think he's Italian, but I'm
Italian,
not sure.
okay.
I'm not sure.
Wow.
But I don't remember his mother's name. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about that.
But Armando, both of them were so nice, and they brought out food,
Yeah.
and it was just like we're family. Or
Of course.
around. And Chick Corea was.
That's like you walk by Frank Sinatra's house and he's out. Hey, Frank Sinatra, can you come on up and hang out with us? We're having a brunch. Let's enjoy it. I mean, it sounds like he's a real outgoing guy and he likes company. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
That's great.
And it was kind of a neighborhood kind of thing. It wasn't like he was in public somewhere. It was he was at his parents' house visiting.
Was it a single family or an apartment?
It was one of these little Cracker Jack box houses where they're all.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
These little 2-bedroom houses,
Yep.
one story. They're all the same.
No garage.
No.
Yeah, I know.
And it was the street full of the
A
same.
little cramped,
exact
but at
kind of
least
house.
people are friendly there.
Yeah, it was real down to earth.
That's awesome. Listen, before we wrap it up, you want to do one more little number and then we'll be ready to go.
I got an arrangement of another tune that's way older than any of us.
Okay.
We probably weren't even
Wait,
born.
But bicycle built for two?
No, I don't really know if it's older than that. Probably in the
If
same
it is, well,
era.
that came out in the 1890s, so if it's older
No,
than
it's
that.
not that old.
Okay.
I don't think.
Okay, well, go ahead, nail it and see what.
But it's, you'll recognize it. You know the Harlem Globetrotters?
Oh, of course. You gonna whistle too?
No, that part, no, I'm not going to do
I'll
that.
whistle. Go
Okay.
ahead. Let's see if we can make it
so
click
it's
here.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah, we did it. I can't believe it. Ah. And guess what? We're down to the final 5 minutes of the show.
Oh, that's cool.
And Chris timed it perfectly. So, what I want you to do, like I said at the beginning, give shouts out to people who are going to see it. I think we killed it tonight.
Hey, Mike, because we talked about you first.
Yeah, if you and Chick Corea want to come on, that's fine. If you want to come on as a guest, if you like the show, but go on, name a few other people, family, and whatever else.
And
Condense it, and we'll finish it up.
of course, my wife, who's Nancy, who's going to be watching this.
Absolutely.
And my brother Jeff, my sister Marla. Shout out to you. Shout out to Angelina and JG. And I wasn't ready for this, so I got to think about more people here.
That's okay. You don't have to name everybody. Just they'll know if you miss them. They'll understand.
Jenny, who is probably going to be on the show. Jenny, who said
Hightower?
way too many nice things about me on Facebook.
Oh, that's someone else.
I'll take it. I'll take it anyway. And say hello to all the people that have helped me to get where I am musically. The teachers like Andy Romer, Oswald Rantucci, and Wally Wedham, and Carmen Mosier, and Buddy Brundo. These are all people that you probably don't know, but
That's okay.
They meant a lot
You
to
know
me.
them, and that's what counts.
John Marasco, who really helped me out, and his uncle, Tommy Tedesco, who is the most recorded guitar player in history. Tommy Tedesco, that guy helped me out. And my apologies to all the people that I've missed.
You name more people than anyone I've ever had, and I think that's great, and I'm sure they'll understand.
Wow. Did I get a prize for that?
What's that?
Did I get a prize?
Well, not for me, but I'm sure I'm sure they'll praise you to no end.
Yeah.
Well, so just going forward, it looks like your future's pretty sealed up. You'll get more gigs, and you'll be playing around the area and continuing your career as it goes now. Correct?
Yeah. Keep an eye on Facebook. We post the Angelina Hightower.
Love to get her on the show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If
all right, I'm going to ask you right now. Anyone that likes the show, try to send them my way. That's how I get a lot of guests to word of mouth.
Great. Okay.
Well, I hope you had fun with me tonight.
I had a blast. Are you kidding me? It was so much fun doing this. You'll just have to have me back. That's all.
Okay. Well, then you heard it from my latest guest, folks. On that note, we're going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching another episode of Topic Time. See you next time. Take care. Have a good one.